How is that a 20 years old text format managed to run the complete AI revolution? Now I wonder, how did this happen and what does it mean for the future of AI? The answer to this question is not just a fun curiosity. It is a critical lesson in how the most resilient technologies are built, and it reveals a dangerous contradiction at the heart of the AI industry. So in this video, we are gonna cover first the surprising story about the origins of Markdown and the problem it solved. Second, the core principles that make this simple format unstoppable. Third, the crucial and unexpected lesson this holds for every AI engineer building using Markdown today. And by the end of this video, you will see the world of AI engineering through the lens of a 20 years old text format and understand the one principle that could determine its success or failure. So let's dive in. Our story begins in 2004. The internet was a different place back then. Blogging was just starting to go mainstream. And if you were a writer like John Gruber on his now very famous blog Dating Fireball, you had a problem. To publish anything on the web, even just to make a word ball or add a link, you had to write HTML. Do you remember this? And from the writer's perspective, it is super clunky. It is hard to read, and if you make one small mistake, you could break the entire layout of your website. HTML was a constant low-grade friction that got in the way of writers. Gruber wanted something simpler, something that felt like writing a plain text email. What if I could just write, my link this way instead, and the right thing would appear magically on the screen? What if instead of complex H1 and H2 and N tags for headings, you could just type a simple hash symbol instead? Gruber called his simpler, more readable alternative Markdown. It wasn't designed by a corporate committee. There was no grand vision to take over the world. It was a practical tool built for and by writers. It solved one specific annoying problem, making writing for the web feel like writing instead of coding. And that focus on the human user, on readability, is the first key to understanding why it is now everywhere. But its simplicity alone doesn't explain its complete domination. For that, we have to look at how it spread. Markdown was built on a foundation of community and a philosophy of openness. Gruber wasn't working in a vacuum. He was inspired by early formats, and more importantly, he shared his work openly. Before he even released it, he enlisted a beta tester. That tester was a brilliant 17 years old technologist named Aaron Swartz. And Swartz feedback helped refine Markdown, making it more robust and ready for the world. And when it launched, it wasn't patented, it wasn't licensed. Basically, it was just a given away. This is the second key principle. Markdown was unencumbered. Anyone could use it, implement it, or build upon it for free without asking for permission. And this led to the third and most interesting part of its design. Markdown was built on behaviors that already existed. The syntax for making something bold with the asterisk like this, it wasn't new. People had been doing that in plain text emails for years. Markdown just standardized it. It was so familiar, you could be writing Markdown without even knowing it. This combination, like solving a real problem, being open for free, and mirroring existing user habits, created a perfect storm for success. Developers started building it into everything. First, other blogging platforms, then forums, then project management tools. Soon, it was in Slack, Discord, and WhatsApp, Google Docs, and Microsoft Notepad. Eventually, they have to add support. And GitHub just adopted as the standard for all documentation, exposing it to millions of developers. And from there, it became the default format for everything related to documentation on the web. Its source was human readability. Its purpose was clear. Its adoption was frictionless. And this philosophy of open human-centric design has profound implications. And in a minute, I will show you how this 20 years old ethos is now at the center of $1 trillion technological revolution. We think of AI as this incredible, complex, futuristic thing, isn't it? But how do we as humans interact with it? How do we give these frontier models their complex instructions? How do we script the intricacies of prompts that generate amazing results? Well, what if I tell you that pretty much all of it is controlled by, Markdown files? And when you see a developer showing off a complex multi-step prompt they wrote for ChatGPT or Claude, that prompt is written in Markdown. Lists, code, blocks, bolded keywords for emphasis. It is all Markdown. The format designed to make blog posts easier to write is now the primary interface between humans and our most advanced AI models. Think about the irony. The $1 trillion AI industry controls system for its most powerful model is in essence a plain text format a guy made for his blog and got feedback on from a 17-year-old kid before sharing it with the world for free. And this isn't an accident, it is a consequence of Markdown's original design. AI engineers need a way to structure complex instructions that is both readable and then they can parse for the machine. They need a format that is stable, universal, and simple. They need Markdown. But here's the crucial lesson. The values embedded in Markdown, simplicity, human readability, generosity, and openness, are the bedrock on which its success is built. The AI industry has eagerly adopted the tool, but has it adopted the values? We see AI companies creating closed proprietary systems. We see a focus on scale and speed over clarity and safety. The original logic of Markdown was to help a human express, make this bold, and the new logic can be used to tell a machine to generate biased candidate ranking reports for hiring, for example, which is a dark reflection of its power. So the real risk is not that AI will take over. The risk is that we build it on a foundation that forgets the very principles that made our best tools work in the first place. So, in this video we have seen Markdown's surprising origins, unpacked the principles that made it unstoppable, and draw a crucial lesson for the future of AI. Markdown's journey from a simple blogging utility to the language of AI prompting isn't just a cool story. It is a powerful reminder. It shows that the most enduring technologies are not always the most complex. They are the ones that solve a real human problem, that are open and accessible, and that prioritize clarity. Markdown isn't just a format, it is a philosophy of simplicity and generosity that accidentally became the foundation of the next wave in technology. And the big question is whether the architects of our AI future will remember the lesson from the architects of the open web. And if you want more deep dive that connect the past of tech to the future of AI, consider subscribing to this channel for more on this kind of content. That's all for today. See you in the next one. Bye.